Okay, welcome to Aikidoflow. Now, how to fight somebody that is bigger than you. I have lost. I think we have probably done about 10 videos on this just ourselves. Tell me about it. You've probably done about 8 of them, probably.
True.
10, and it's just like littered on the internet. And this is like a big issue. And that's the reason that we're doing another video, because obviously this is just so important to people, okay, that we really need to clarify this. I mean, I thought I was big until I met Azu, but...
Big man things.
Whoa!
Big man this.
I thought I was like the biggest, but obviously I'm not. So yeah, today we're gonna have a look at that. The fight is here, if the power is here, okay, if if I'm smaller, okay, then gravity is against me, okay, so it's here. So what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to change that point of gravity to a lower point, which is then in my advantage. So for example, so in a case of my favorite technique, Shionagi, what I'm doing is I'm taking the point all the way down here. So it's at this point, okay? Let's have a look at that again. So it means that I'm actually lowering myself down to this point. I'm breaking up Azu's, I'm doing. One more time, okay? Here, okay, this is like a specific technique. So for example, let's just say, for example, Azu was grabbing me and doing something or other. What I'm doing is I'm allowing the point of gravity to be lower, okay? In detail. So this attack is a way for me to practice and understand what the technique is. This attack doesn't necessarily exist in the real world, but it allows me to understand. I'm rotating here, grabbing hold, and I'm rotating low to this point here, where it collapses, breaks Azu's back. My second, no, in fact, this is my favorite, okay, because it's called a hip throw, and it's really universal, and it is really well suited to smaller people that are being manipulated or attacked by larger people. So once again, okay, Azu's trying to hold on to me. I'm going to move him around here so he doesn't fall onto the grass. Okay, so I am basically dropping down and I'm allowing my center of gravity to drop down. So here, and I'm rolling all the way down. Look how low I am. Okay, this is how low I am. I've got to go down this low because I'm actually quite tall. For me to implement the technique, I actually need to go all the way down here. So we're here, and Azu holds on to me. Let me move him over a little bit so he doesn't drop in the wet grass. Okay, so I go down, and again, look at my knees bent here, and I'm rotating him all the way, rolling all the way down. It's me manipulating the center of gravity. Now, I was lying earlier. This is my favorite technique. I practiced this an awful lot. I did a video, I think one of my first videos that I ever did on this YouTube channel was actually this technique, and it's something that I saw Bruce Lee do in one of his films as well. Bruce Lee, I think it's Bruce Lee stealing techniques from Aikido, but I love this technique. Anyway, so the principle of this is to choose where you want to fight. So You have a choice whereby you can actually decide where someone else is strong, okay, and move away from that and fight the battle where they are weak. That's like a tactical war maneuver. But what we're doing is we're actually specifically looking at it when we are actually fighting someone. So this is basically, spoiler alert, it's collapsing the legs, okay? So as we're in any situation, I'm going to turn Azu around so you can fall. So we could be like in any situation, any struggle at all, I would distract him, okay? Come down here because I don't want to be messing up. I don't want to be messing around up here because Azu is too strong and he will destroy me at this point. So I come down here, okay? I collapse the legs in this way, okay? And then I basically push my weight onto Azu and he will basically collapse, no question. So let's have another close look at this. Okay, so whatever reason, like we're doing something here, I need to take his attention away. Okay, your beard is sharp, man. I love that. I'm gonna have to do that. Anyway, so take his attention away, come down here. These are weak points. The knees are weak. There's a whole lot of things that you can do. Okay, knees are weak. I could hit his knees, I could kick his knees, but in this situation, all I'm doing is collapsing the knees inwards, and then I'm basically just using that collapse to allow him to fall. This is a fundamental teaching of Aikido, which is that we find weakness and then we collapse that weakness. So it's like a fundamental teaching. And when you study Aikido for a long time, you are basically studying weakness and power and your tactical approach to it. That's why I love Aikido. I just want to remind you about our online training academy. If you want more detail about our style and how it works, that's where you'll find it. Links are in the description. In conclusion, now the principle is to fight where you are strong and they are not. And you want to make sure that you have the confidence that what you do, okay, will work. Don't be, if you're a smaller person, do not be worried that a bigger person can win and take control, because that is absolutely, if you know what you're doing and you study Aikido and you study Aikidoflow.
That's right.
What? Hang on. Why should we study Aikidoflow?
Because it's the best kind of Aikido.
Okay, all right. Well, that brings me to another point, which is that Aikidoflow Aikido, and we obviously we've got the YouTube channel, we've got the dojo, okay, which Azu runs, we've got the online training. We actually have a completely different approach to Aikido. It's not the classical way of Aikido, although our Aikido has all of the fundamental elements of the classical Aikido, but we do approach it in a completely different way. We actually look at it to see how we can implement that now, today, on the street. How is it of use to us now? Now that brings me back to confidence. If you're small or smaller, okay, use Aikido, use the principles of Aikido and train and build up your confidence, okay? Because I'm telling you now, you are more powerful than you think. Listen, okay? Confidence is the key. I'll see you on the next video.